is Ibrahim Siddique. Today we are going to learn three-tier architecture in .NET. What we'll do today, we'll create a one simple project in that we'll having a two user interface. One will be from Windows, one will be from Windows form, and another will be with web form. This will be our UI. We'll connect this UI to our middle tier. There will be the in middle tier will be having employee class, and the third layer will be our data access layer. At backend, we'll be using SQL Server 2008 R2. So let's first basically design roughly our SQL table. We'll name the table as employee. In table, what field will be having? First important, employee ID, employee name, salary, and designation. So this four field will be having in our employee table, and the name of the table will be employee. So let's create a table. Let me start with SQL Server. This is my SQL Server starting. Connect. So first, very important, let's create a new database for that. Database, and let's name the database with, let's say, we'll say that a mini project. Then it's creating the database. Very good. Now our database has been created, and let's add one table in that, a new table. What all field we want? First, the employee ID, it will be an integer. I don't want any null. And then name will be varchar, name, employee name. Then salary, it will be decimal, and designation, it will be varchar. So now our table has been created. Let's save the table with the name of employee. Hit enter. Okay, great. Now our table has been created. Let's add some dummy data in that. Add top 200 rows. So for example, employee ID will be 5001, employee name will be John, salary will be 9500, and designation will be accountant. Sorry, spelling mistake. Accountant. So our field has been entered. Let's check whether it's running properly or not. Select star from employee. Let's 5. It's working fine. So now table has been created. Let's work out to our Visual Studio. Currently I'm using Visual Studio 2015. So let's start up. It takes some time to start Visual Studio. Now we'll see at new project. Project is starting. So keep in mind we have to create multiple projects in that. So we'll change the name to we change the name of the solution, and the project name will be different. So all total project, 4 total project we are going to create in one solution will be one UI from web application, one UI from Windows application, and one class library project for middle layer and one class library for data access layer, right? So let's create with our Windows Form application. Okay, so I'll name it at Windows UI, and the solution name will be employee mini project. Okay, that's fine. Let me hit enter. So all of you over here, Visual Studio in Windows Form application, name of my project Windows UI, my solution name is employee mini project, and let me save this project. Hit enter. Now it's creating the project. First, in starting, we'll create the UI of the Windows, then web application, then we'll move to our data access layer. That is a very important layer. So here the form is ready. It's loading, taking time. Yeah. So very first, let me change the properties. Right click on the form and click on properties. So here the property windows is ready. Form name, employee details. Okay, so it's a employer FRM employee, and the text will be where is the text of the form? Here it is. Employee details, and we'll change the font also. Okay, so I'll change to change font. Where is my font? Let me check which font to be selected. So actually, if it's already selected, you can select whichever font you like. So Rockwell, it's not. Okay, let's select this font. Let's say it's a little bit of bold. Size will be of 9. Click on OK. Then, so very important thing. Totally we have how many fields over here? 1, 2, 3, 4 fields, right? So in the fields and 4 fields, so we'll be needing labels, we'll be needing text boxes, and buttons. Okay, so leave button over here, labels and text boxes. So label 1, text box 1, create a copy, Control C, Control V. It's not a good habit, but we have to save the time. Field number 3, field number 4. Okay, and button 1. So go to toolbox. We want data grid view to display our details of the customers, employees. So here is our data grid view. Let me expand more so it will be more visible. Here is our data grid view. Let's create this button. Let's rename this button as is a property. So okay, the name in property is the whatever we'll be using the button for the manipulation for the code. You have to write over here. For example, I'll be writing btn insert. So it's not going to display over here. The btn insert, I'll be using this button and the name of the button if I want to access the button, and code behind. So this btn insert will help me, and the text it's going to display on GUI. So I'll only write insert over here. Okay, make a copy of the button, control V, insert, then update. So text will be update, and the name will be btn update, right? And the same one more button. Okay, let's do something, and this button will be for btn delete for our CRUD function, and name is at delete. Okay, so GUI will change the label. Text will be employee, not employee, just ID. Label 2, name of the employee. Label 3, salary of an employee. Label 4, designation of employee. Here the all field is ready. So let's rename the text box because we are going to access at the behind code. So this is txt id, this text box is txt name, txt salary, txt designation. Okay, and rename our create view. Where it is. Okay, create view employee, done. And our form property, done. So we have done with the Windows form. Now we'll do one thing, we'll add one more project, that will be of web application. So here it is web application. So let me click on the web, ASP.NET, rename as web UI, perfect, hit OK. Now it will ask me what you want. I want empty, and I want empty web fonts. After clicking on that, click on OK. It's creating web UI. It's taking time. Yeah. So a web UI has been created now. Let's go to web UI. Sorry, it's window. Let's go to web UI. What we'll add? We'll add web form. So click on new item. Here is our web form. Name as employee details. Perfect. Click on add. So here is our web form, it is ready. So remember, in ASP.NET, if we want to design our UI, we have two ways of designing, very important. One is, if you click our design over here, you will get pick and drop option. For example, you just have to click on toolbox and just drop your controls over here, and the second option is a source. You can hardcode write your code over here. So I'll click on design, a very simple way and very fast way. So what I want labels. What else I want text box. What else I want button. So you can see label 1, text box, button. Click on source. So this is perfect. Let me hit enter. This is level 1 and text box 1. So how many total field we have? We have 4 fields. So copy paste. So label 1 2 3 4 means 4 label, and the 4 text box for total 4 field. So we'll change the name and the text also of the text box and the label. So label text will be this employee ID, this is employee name, employee salary, employee designation. Done. After that, the text box name txt id, txt name, txt salary, txt designation. Perfect. And the button text will be insert update and delete. So btn insert btn update. Very quickly, just go step by step, go slowly and complete your project. btn delete. So let's see where is our GUI. Okay, it's already all total mashup, so we have to align each and everything. Okay, let's go to our source. Here's our code. What we'll do, we'll keep a break self closed break tag of HTML. Trust me, if you are good in HTML, it will be very easy for you to create an GUI. So breakpoint, breakpoint, again breakpoint, done. So here is our GUI ready. Let's go to design part. Now it's looking something in the good manner. So we do have another option also where you can create a table and you can put each and everything in the table, but at the end of the time we are looking in the code manner, so we are not going into design thing. So let's code. And one more thing we'll be needing, that is our grid view. Where is our grid view? Here is our grid view. It has been added. Perfect. Go to properties. Shortcut keys for the shortcut keys to for going in properties, just click on Alt and enter. Here it is. Sorry, where is the name? So gv employee. Okay, done. So our grid view is ready. So what we have completed till now, we have completed two very important thing. One is a web UI and second one is Windows UI. Now we'll add our middle layer. Add new project, and new project, what I want C#, what I want in C#, I want class library. What you want to name is that middle layer. After renaming that, click on OK. So perfect. Here is our project ready of the middle layer. Let's change the class name to employee. It's a business object, so employee BO. You can name as anything what you want. Okay, so we have created our class. In class we'll create properties. Which properties? This properties, this one. So private integer underscore id, private string underscore, sorry, spelling mistake, it's money only. Integer underscore salary, private string underscore designation. So here's our properties are ready. So all the properties which we have created is a private property. If we want to access this property in another project or another like line of code, so we have to declare this as a private public. So we'll use the encapsulation over here. Because of the data security, you just have to select this. In 2015 we have a special feature, you just have to press Ctrl and enter. After that, encapsulation fail, and you have to hit enter. Same goes with name, control dot, encapsulate my field, perfect. Same goes with salary, control dot, encapsulate my field. Same goes with designation, control dot. Okay, so our properties has been created. So we'll put some validation over here. What validation? Here's our name string. What I want, the length of the name will not exceed 20. ID is compulsory for me. Salary will be not more than 5 digit. Let it be with the 5 digit. And designation, ID is compulsory, so it cannot be null. Name should be not name should not exceed by 20 characters or alphabet. Okay, so while setting the value, I want if value dot length is greater than 20. Then throw spelling mistake, throw new exception and pass and string in that. Say name cannot exceed by 20 alphabet. Character. Okay, and one more we'll create, we'll just do copy paste, and it's a compulsory field for me, so it cannot be an 0. Name cannot be blank, or we'll say please enter name. Perfect. Okay, and the same goes with integer. While setting the value, I want control E. Value length won't work over here because it's an integer. Value equals to f0. So we'll say please enter employee ID. Done. So our validation is ready. Here's all property. So let me convert into a region. It's look better when you convert everything into region. Surround with region with the name of properties. Okay, so my region is ready. Okay, so our middle layer is ready now to use, and we'll add one more project in our solution. Employee mini project, add new project, class library with the name of data access layer head. Okay, now our class is ready. Rename this class as data access data x data access. So what I want our data access to do, I want this class to connect with my database and do manipulation over there, right? Very important thing. Well, add connection string. We'll be needing a connection string. So there is two way of adding connection string in our project. One is to add in your web config file or app config file, as depend on your project, and the second option is you can hard code where you're coding. So I'll be choosing the best practice, that is to enter your connection string into your app config and web config. So let's start with our project. Very important, let me add a reference to this project of the access layer. What reference I want? Configuration manager. Add reference. Browse. Okay, assemblies. Configuration. Perfect. Let me add. Okay. So configuration manager has been added to our project. Let's add some namespace using system.conf configuration using system.data.sql client and using system.data. Perfect, we are ready till here. Now we'll add our config files to our projects. So first we'll add in our web application. We have web config. Double click on that. After clicking on that, just go to configuration. What configuration you want? Now I'll show the list of the configuration. The configuration we want as a connection string. Close it off. What you want to do, you want to add what you want to add. Name, what will be the name of your connection string? It will be a dbcon. You can name anything, it's not compulsory. And what you want to add more, I want to add connection string. What you want more, I want to add provider name. Provider name will be system dot data dot SQL client. So this is the connection string. We have to put a connection string over here. So how we are going to put connection string? Very important and very easy also. Click on add database in Server Explorer. You have to enter your database name. What is our database name? Go to our SQL Server, connect database engine. This is your server name. So copy, Control C, Control V. After entering our server name, I'll be getting the option of the database. So what is our database name? It's a mini project. So let's test the connection. Tested connection succeed. Click on OK. So you'll be seeing over here Ibrahim-PC, that is our system name. That's our SQL Express.mini.dpo. Okay, so what we want our connection string. So go to properties. Here is our properties and this is a connection string. Copy this connection string totally Control C, and you have to just paste it over here. Done. Perfect. So it's data source, my system name, my project name, and the security type. Okay, it's working fine. So let's go to our data access layer. Here is data access layer. So in our data access layer, what I want my data access layer to do, perform, very important, that is display, insert, update, and delete. This all function I want my database to perform. Okay, so we'll start with our data access layer. So going good. We'll now start coding with the display function. So a display function is going to return something that will be a data set. So I'll say public data set, and the function name will be display. In display, first let me write a return type and we'll name as ts. Just ignore this code for a while, I'll get to this. Okay, so very important, I want my connection string to be connected, so we'll write one string over here with name of con string, which will give me configuration manager dot connection string, not app setting, dot connection string. What connection string want? Connection string name, which is hard coded in our web config file, and dot to string. Okay, so let's go to web config. It's here is the name of our connection string, which is hard coded in web config file. This is our data access library, dbcon. So this is going to return our connection string to con string. Second most important thing, create a connection, SQL connection con equals to news, it's equal connection that we are going to pass con string, and that done. So we'll say you have created the connection, that now please open the connection. Perfect. So now what we are going to do, we are going to create a command object, that is SQL command, cmd will be the name of the command, want new command to be created. Now what argument this command is going to take, here see the command text is a string. Command text means you are going to pass a query. What query is? Select staff or employee, which is going to return all the employees details, and the SQL connection. What is our name of the SQL connection? It's con for the connection, and our query will be select star from employee. Okay, after this your command is ready. Now we'll create a data set with the name of ds equals to new data set, and SQL data adapter SDA equals to new SQL data adapter. So data adapter is ready. I'll be passing command and SQL data adapter. So SDA will fill my data set. Perfect, and now it's going to return our data set So display is ready. Our display function is ready. Okay, it has been gone to web config file. So here is our display function. String, this is going to create a connection string. This is going to create a connection with SQL. Connection will get open, then SQL command is going to fire the query. Dataset is used to get the detail, to store the detail in our Visual Studio dataset object. And SQL data adapter is a link between the dataset and our SQL, and SDA fill is going to fill our dataset, and we're going to return the dataset. Then, so minimize this. Now we'll write a function to insert in our database. So public boolean insert. So for inserting the values, we'll be needing something. And what will be that something? Here it is. Integer ID, string name, integer salary, string, sorry, it's an object, string designation. Perfect. So our parameters are ready. We'll do a simple copy paste. I want the same connection string, I want the same command prompt, so we'll do a copy paste. Okay, now we'll change a query for the insert. Let's insert into table name. It's employee, values are values. If you want to pass the value as a parameter, you just have to use single quote, in single quote, double quotes, then double plus, and your name of the variable, local variable, then comma, single quote, then double quote, then double plus, and name of the variable is name, then comma, then single quote. In single quote we have double quote, then double plus, what is the name? Salary. Perfect. Then comma, then single quote, we have enter comma, then single quote, then double quote, then double plus, what is the name? Designation. Perfect. So here our SQL command is ready. Now what we are doing, we are manipulating. That's it, we are not doing more than that. We don't want anything in written from our database, so we'll just say cmd dot execute non-query. Perfect. And we'll say if everything runs fine, return true. So we have ready with our connection string, we have ready with our open connection command, then SQL query, then connection, then execute non-query. Let's do a copy paste. Control C. Let's do whole thing a copy paste. Control C, Control V. Instead of insert, we'll say update, and update. We'll change the query. Update employees set values, not set values, it's a set, what set ID, ID, name, salary, designation. We'll put a where calls over here, where ID equals to this ID. So if the ID is matching, it's going to update. otherwise it's not going to update. Sorry, let's close the solution explorer. Let's maximize. So here we have given the where clause where this ID is the stand for the SQL ID, and this ID is our ID which is in the parameter. So if the condition is matching, then update. If the condition is not matching, please don't do anything. Okay, so it's going good, and we have a delete. Delete will be the same. So I'll say public bool delete. What I want in parameter, I want parameter in ID in a parameter. So I'll do a copy paste. So connection open comma. Okay, so in command prompt what I want gone. So in command prompt we'll write a delete query. So delete from employee where ID equals to ID is equals to this ID. Perfect. And cmd dot execute non-query, just because we don't want anything from our database. So return everything work fine, return true. So we'll do one thing, we'll do something addition over here. We'll write exceptional handling. So I say try. I'll put everything in this section. If there is an error, so catch that error and return false, and display, there is no need to display. Okay, so we have used exceptional handling also over here, and this is our project. This is try. If something error, we'll catch the error and return the false. So let's go to our solution explorer and let's see. Here's a solution explorer. What we have completed, data access layer is completed, middle tier is completed, web UI is completed, and UI. So now we'll code in our middle tier and web UI and Windows UI. Okay, let's start. So this is our 3-tier architecture. Let's start coding in the middle tier. In middle tier, what we'll do, we'll call all the properties from our data access layer. So this will link to this, and this will link to this and this. So let's add a reference to our projects, and I want data access layer to be linked with my data access layer to be linked with the middle layer. So now it's linked. So let's go. Let's start coding. So here is using system dot not system using data access layer. So we have imported the namespace also, data access class name. We'll create object at obj data access equals to new data access. Fine. So now we'll create our functions. Function, the first will be display, right? So public, let me comment over here, display public function. Public function will have a very important thing. It will give me a data set. Okay, data set, and the function will return data set, and the function name will be display. Now still it's showing error. Why? Because we have not entered our namespace using system.data. Okay, so very simple. You just have to press control then dot. It will show what exactly error is. You have to hit enter. Now the error has been gone, and this error is for the return type. So we'll say return. Just don't return anything for now. We'll say what you have to return. Okay, so we'll create an object of the data set. Data set, you can name it as ds equals to, we'll call our function. What is the name of the function? Name of the function is display. So obj data access dot display. So this is going to fill our data set, and we are going to return data set. So our display function is ready. Very simple. And we'll code in our insert. Public so I'll say insert what you have to insert. Okay, so let's type the return type. So obj data access layer dot insert. So they want the parameters, right? What parameters we are going to send? Underscore id comma name comma salary comma designation. Okay, so this is going to insert in our database. If it's succeed, then return true. Simple. Now update same obj data access obj not obj public bool update function. In update function we'll be writing our code, that is return type true. Before that we just have to say obj dot data access dot update. What he want in update is all the parameters that to copy, that to paste. Okay, so I think we are going to share with them, not the underscore. Done. Okay, and the delete public return type boolean function delete. What he want in delete, he wants id. So obj dot data access dot delete. What he want id, so we'll share id with this as a parameter. Okay, and the return type will be true. Perfect. So this project is now ready with the CRUD function, insert, update, delete. So what we'll do, we'll bind this code in the region. Right click, surround with. What do you want to surround? You want this to be surrounded by employee CRUD function. Okay, so minimize employee CRUD, employee properties, that is a data access layer object. Okay, so middle layer is ready. Let's go to web. is our total format. So what we want three things to be done. Sorry, four things: display, insert, update, and delete. For display, we have our grid view. For insert, we have our button, update, and delete. Okay, let's go to code behind of the insert. First, we'll do one thing. We'll call all the code behind of my buttons. Very good, perfect. Add a reference to our middle layer. So let's go to Solution Explorer, add reference to our middle layer, click OK. After clicking on OK, come over here, using namespace middle layer, then using system.data for our data set. Okay, so we'll create one more function, private load GV. It's going to load our grid view. It's going to return nothing. We're going perfect on the track. So we'll call our function, display function, from our middle layer. So here it is. Employee BO obj equals to new employee BO. Okay, we'll do one thing. We'll create this object very up over here in the class, because we don't have to create again and again the same thing. Object dot display. Okay, so what I want my data grid view to be bind with this object. So gv employees dot data source will be this is my data source. Fill this. After that, gv employees dot bind data bind. Okay, so let's check whether this program is running or not. Not data bind, it's let's check it's working or not. We'll call this gv function in our page load event. Let's set this web UI as a startup project. Let's do build solution. Let's check if there is any kind of error. The solution is building now. There is no error. Build successfully. Okay. Perfect. No errors. Install building. Build 4 successfully, 0 failed, 0 up to date, and 0 skipped. Okay, so let's run our project in Google Chrome. It's running. So here it's loading. It's taking time to get load. Employee details.aspx, that is our path name, and the local host is the name of the website, but we are running on a local system, that's why it's showing localhost. So here it is, it's working fine. The data is displaying on the our UI through grid view, so means our code of grid view it's working fine. So let's do everything in our buttons also, insert, update, delete. Now here we don't have any code, so it won't affect. So let's go to our Visual Studio. Let's write a code, stop the program and write the code for everything. Okay, for insert, obj dot insert. In insert we need to pass parameters in this. So obj, very important, we are going to pass id. So txt id dot text text. Okay, obj dot name equals to txt name dot text. Obj dot salary equals to txt salary dot text. Obj designation equals to txt designation dot text. Fine, we are getting error over here in obj id and obj salary. What is the error? Cannot implicitly convert the type string into integer. Means it cannot convert directly, we have to write some code to convert this string into salary. Why string? Sorry, why string? If we want to convert, if we are getting anything from our GUI, whether it can be our web application or Windows application, it gives a string value. So we have to convert this to integer value. So now it will be working perfect. The same goes with the salary. We say convert, please convert to integer 32 what my salary text box. Now it's working fine, perfect. So insert, then load grid view. After insertion, please load my grid view. Okay, same code with update, but we just have to change a simple thing. We have to call update. Same code with what in delete function we want to pass id and obj dot delete, sorry, obj dot delete function, and then after deletion please load my grid view. So we'll come to know whether the delete function has been done or not. So everything going good. Control S, Control F5 to run my project. Let's check. Now the project start building. Here my project is running now. I'll show you one thing, very important thing over here is this is the IIS Express. Through IIS our website is running via localhost. So here it is. Let's do some insert with the name of 5002 test T, salary will be 8000, designation IT. Click on insert. Okay, very good. We are getting error at execute non-query. Think we have done something wrong. Insert into employees values, ID is perfect, comma this is perfect, salary this is perfect, designation perfect. So what is the error? Let's go to our solution explorer and check what is the error. Here is our solution explorer. Let's go to middle layer, data access layer, insert. Where is our insert? Insert into employees values. Let's check. Okay, so something error is over here. Oh, sorry to give the curly bracket. Okay, stop coding. Okay, it stopped. Bracket and close the bracket here. Done. Now run the project. Here now project starts running. Building access layer and everything. Okay, perfect. Let's go to our Google Chrome. Let's go to our Google Chrome, hit enter. This site cannot be reached. Okay, it's building. Okay. Project is building now. It's running. So here it is. Now project is running now. Okay, I think I have clicked something wrong button. Done. Okay, enter over here. Let's click enter. Let's see. Continue. Okay, this is a project over here. So we'll do one thing. Well, insert some value with the name 5001. Name will be Steve. Sorry, Steve, with the salary of 8,000, and designation will be of IT. So what I'll say, insert. It's working fine. Now I want salary of John to be increased. The challenge is we have entered the duplicate. Okay, now we'll insert one more record. Will be 5003 with the name of Austin. So 8,000 IT department, insert. Now I want to change the department of Austin to 8,000 instead of IT, from IT to a sales. So what I'll do, I'll just, okay, see over here, ID is 5003. I want the ID of Austin from IT to sales. So I say update. Again the error, please enter the name. While setting the value, here our exception is running. Okay, so I'll say continue. Now it will throw an error. Go back, name, let's keep the name as Austin, salary it's 8,000, and the designation from IT to sales, click on update. The same problem, we have not given the stop coding, we have not given the brackets over here. So let's try running. Okay, so we got an error over here saying that the SQL statement is not correct. Okay, let me clear one thing. We do insert the error like forcefully, because whenever you code at the real time, if you face the problem, you know how to debug. So if you want to check what is the exact error, you can do very simple thing. You can just click over here, after clicking that down arrow, you will get the exact query which you are firing to an SQL. just copy this query, Control C, and go to SQL Server, Control V, hit enter. This is debugging skills. Every programmer must know the debugging skills. So if I execute, the error is going line number 501. What is the exact error? Okay, so we have to say where id equals to this. Fine, id equals to okay, it's gone, something is wrong. Okay, id equals to this, then name equals to this, then salary equals to this, and designation equals to this. If I run my query now it's going to run. Let's select the query which I want to run, then say execute. It's running successfully. So you got the error, and you know how to find the debug over here in SQL query. So let's make the changes. Okay, so id equals to this. Here we'll say name equals to this. Here we'll say salary equals to this, and the designation, here is the designation. We'll say designation, copy paste, designation equals to this. Say Control S, Control F5. Let's run the project. Come over here, hit enter. It's not running. Okay, it's loading now. Now it's going to run the project. Close this. It's loading. So here it is, our project is running well and good. So we'll make some changes in 501. We'll change the name from Samra to Austin, or the designation, its salary is 8,000, we'll change to 5,000, and we'll transfer the Austin to a sale department. So if I click on update, now see, it has been updated. That's a duplicate of the name, but you can ignore it. Okay, so Austin, instead of Austin I want to name say as John. So update. So if by mistakenly I have entered some wrong data, say John instead of Johnny, if say 00456, okay, and from sales I have entered a wrong spelling, and I have entered the data. Okay, so this is my typing error. Now I want to delete this. Very simple. I just have to put an ID over here and click on delete. It's deleted. Now our display, this is working fine, our insert is working fine, our update is working fine, and our delete is working fine. So if you have noticed, there is one error in our program, so there is always a chance of improvement in the software. So if I enter Sachin, salary 9,000 in IT, insert, after insertion, that our text box, it's not clearing. So we have to write a code for the same. So let's come to our solution, Visual Studio. Let's go to employee details.cs. We'll write one more private function over here. Private void, I don't want written anything, saying that clear text box, naming convention, clear text box. Okay, so what I want, txt id.txt text equals to double quotes, not minus, equals to, so I'll do copy paste, txt txt name txt name. What's wrong with this? Txt name control. What? Yes, copy paste. Control C, Control V. Okay. So txt salary, Control V dot text. It's better to enter manually. So te text, not salary. Text designation dot text equals to double quotes, say blank. Okay, so it's Control KD to align each and everything in the perfect. So clear text box will enter this into. After insertion, I want my text box to be get cleared. Perfect. After the load, not load. Okay, we'll do one thing. We'll call this in the load event only, so it will clear everything. After the we'll call this function in the load, so whenever we are calling the load, it will clear my text box. Okay, perfect. Control S, Control F5, or click on the run. Now project is running now. It's taking time. Build successfully. Okay, it's running. Here it is, employee details.espx. Let's check. We have to work on Windows application also. Currently we are still on web application. First let me test the project whether it's working fine or not. If it's working fine, we'll move to our Windows application. Perfect. I'll do one insertion to 5004, name Rahul, salary 10,000, designation sales. So I'll click on insert. Now what is the error? Something is wrong in insert button now. And what is that? Exception handling additional input string was not in the correct format. What not in the correct format? System. अब इसको क्या हुआ यार? Whatever. So here is the project is running now. Employee detail.aspx. Let's see what all details we are getting in the system. It's loading. It's taking too much of time. My system is very slow now. Okay, so I'll make one more entry in this to 5004 with the name of latest T 10,000 CGI insert. So insertion is happening and my text box is also getting cleared. So very good and well and fine. 5015. I'll make a wrong entry. 8000. And let's delete that. After insertion, it's clearing the text box. Let me delete. Perfect, it's deleted. Let me update the testy. It's 5004, right? The 5004. I want my test. let's move this person to IT and change the name of the employer will be Rahul. So say update. As soon as it's updated, the text box is getting clear. Now project's working fine. Let's move to our next step. Now we'll write a code for the Windows. Come over here. Where is Windows form? Okay, here is my Windows form. So let's go to insert. Okay, we'll do one thing. We'll create everything first. Insert, update, delete. I think I have not changed the name text of this. So shortcut key, alt enter. Text type is update, delete. Right? Let me check whether it's it's delete. Perfect. Let's go to behind code. Important, create an object. First give the reference of middle layer, add reference middle layer, say okay. After adding a reference, we want one more thing to be get added is as is of a Windows, add new item. No, we don't need to add, we already have a app config file over here. In app config file, we'll do one copy paste from Windows, from web. In web we have, in web config file, a connection string, say control C, come to app config, say control V. So perfect. So let's come to file form.cs. Here say using middle layer. Okay, we'll create object of the class employee bo obj equals to new employee bo. Now object is created. Let's do insert, update, and delete. At insert, say obj first will assign the id, name, and designation and salary. So txt id dot txt. Now we have to convert dot to int 32 bracket open bracket closed obj dot name equals to txt name dot txt text obj dot salary we have to convert dot to end. So txt salary dot txt text obj designation equals to txt designation dot txt text. Okay, so we have passed the value. Now obj dot insert. Cut. Same with update, copy paste. Obj dot update and now it's turn off delete. So obj dot delete. Okay, so now we have to write a code for displaying the grid view. Okay, so private function return void display gv employee dot data source equals to obj dot display. So obj.display.tables, in tables will 0 for our table name, say 0. And now it's ready. Let's copy paste and run this in a form load event. Okay, over here. Now after delete, I want this to be displayed update. As soon as the update, it's to be displayed. After insert, it's going to display, and the same code as we have written in our web form, sorry, Windows application, will do same. Private void clear text box. For clearing our text box, txt name is equals to txt id dot text text equals to double quotes closed, then txt name dot text text equals to double quotes. I don't want anything in double quote. Txt designation dot text text equals to double quotes, and I don't want anything in that. Txt salary dot text text equals to, keep it empty. So copy paste this function name and insert and update and in delete. Control S. Let's run our program. Control F5 and start running. Here it is. Okay, our grid is also running. Let's increase the size. Okay, our grid is also running. Let's make some insert with 5005 name Raj, salary 11,000, designation sales. Say click on insert. So Raj is inserted. So tell update Raj. Make the salary of Raj 11,500. Designation from sales to sales manager. Click on update. So here it's updated. Now it's sales manager. Okay, so delete Raj. So ID of Raj is 5005. Click on delete. Okay, now everything is working fine. Our text box is getting clear. So here we end with our video. In this video, what we have learned our three-tier architecture. We have created UI. We have created UI in two ways. One is a Windows form, second is web form. We have created our middle tier. In middle tier, we have created employee class. In employee class, we have used encapsulation. Then we have used properties. Then we have called our function. In data access layer, we have getted access to SQL Server 2008. We have created web config. We have created connection through web config file, app config file. Then we have fired the SQL query through hard-coded query. In next session, we'll study to how to fire query through store procedure. And we have created table in SQL Server 2008, and we have manipulated the table. So at the end of the time, we have learned a lot, and the video is very long. If you do practice very well, if you have any query, you can mail me also. I'll share you my email address and my details also with you. Please do like my video, share my video, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you very much. Have a nice day and enjoy coding. Bye bye, testers.